Trifecta's Stripe Payment Launchpad will allow you to set up a digital experience that will enable your customers to be able to manage and pay invoices very easily. All right, here we are in the digital experience, and we're on a page that lists all the invoices for a particular customer buying from Aramana in this example. You can see that there is a notice that an invoice is overdue and another that is unpaid. There is also information about the next payment date, the total that's due, and the list of invoices. You also have the ability to download and export invoices. Let's look into the overdue invoice by clicking on the invoice number to see more. Now that we're here, there's additional information about the invoice, and I can click on Pay Invoice to pay it. You'll notice here it gives you all of the outstanding invoices, so you can select which ones you want to pay, but it automatically selects the one that you are on. Let's check out. If there was an existing method saved, we could use that, or you can add new. Let's add a new payment method. Options include card or US bank. Let's walk through adding a card. Here, I'm entering the card information, including card number, expiration date, security code, and zip code. Then I can save with a link if that's enabled for my org with Stripe. This enables a secure one-click checkout process. You don't have to have this as an option. Now, I'll click to save it. I'll add a nickname so I can easily differentiate it. Let's call it Company Card, and I'll hit Pay. So, there's a couple of interesting things going on here. The payment is recorded in Salesforce against the invoice, the payment method itself is saved, and the payment is made in Stripe. It's important to note that the solution is completely PCI compliant. This ensures that none of the actual card information or bank account information actually goes into Salesforce. It's all going into Stripe, tokenized and managed inside of Stripe. There is some information inside of Salesforce about the payment methods, but nothing that would violate any PCI rules, keeping your customer information safe and secure. You can see this is a summary, and you can see the payment ID listed here. Next, I'm going to go into payment settings. Here we are on the payment settings page. What this allows me to do is add auto payments. So I can automatically submit a payment for any invoices on a routine basis, maybe once a month, for example. You can set the payment date as you'd like. The invoices could be coming from an ERP system or something along those lines, so your customers would come in and set up the auto pay to pay the amount it is. Let's click here to add an auto pay. We can nickname it any name to help you identify it, but let's go with monthly auto pay. The date you want to pay it on, start date and end date, are optional. Again, all this is configurable to your specific business roles. Now I can select this payment method here. If I wanted to, I could go back and select a different payment method. What's interesting here is that it allows me to select based on the available contract invoices listed here. One of the things to note is what will happen here after I press to save this. What will happen is that on the first of the month, which is what we selected above, this payment will automatically be made if there are any outstanding invoices for your contract. This is a great functionality for receiving on-time payments. Let's hit save. Something to note is that we have the ability to support multiple Stripe accounts that could be associated with multiple business entities or subsidiaries for your company. It's possible that your customers do business with multiple subsidiaries in your organization that would have separate Stripe accounts, but you want them in one single payment portal like this. We do have the ability to make that happen for you. Now that the auto payment is set up and configured, the auto payment will be made. Again, they can go in and look at their previous payments as well, which are all listed in the Payments tab at the top of the portal for you to revisit as needed. This is now set up and can be added into any portal that you have. Now, let's take a look at internal Salesforce. I'll show you this from an admin point of view in another tab. You can see that we have different email templates available. These cover a range of topics, like expiring credit cards, past due payments, payment failure, payment success, and upcoming payments. These are professionally done and can be used as is, or they can be tailored to your company's specific branding for a polished, on-brand look. They are all hooked into events and life cycle actions to be sent when appropriate. Additionally, if you happen to have emails that you want to disable or additional ones to add, that can be done as well. Now, let's head back into Salesforce proper for another point of view. This might be where you have a customer service rep, finance manager, or account manager coming in and taking a look. This information-packed dashboard shows tons of data in charts and graphs that surround invoices and payment information. We can add to or expand it as needed to cover anything that is specific to your company and would be important to display. Let's drill into an account to get a better look at how things work. We'll look at the one that was just set up, which is the National Grocer account. We have the contracts, and you can see the invoices that are in here. There's the one unpaid invoice and the other that we just made a payment for together. Here you can see the payment and the stored payment method. This is what's hooked up into the Stripe account. So you can see the customer information for Stripe. Because this is all Salesforce, we have the ability to control who is able to see what inside of here. So if you only wanted admins to be able to see the Stripe customer accounts, we could easily add in profile or permission sets to do that. Now, I'm going to click into the stored payment method here just to give you some information and an idea of what's stored in here and what information a user could see. The information that could be seen includes the card type, the last 4 digits, the expiration month, and year. Note that they do not have the full credit card information. This is all PCI compliant. The credit card information, along with the bank account information if it is ACH, is all stored directly in Stripe in a tokenized way, securely and retrieved as needed. Let's go back into the account and look closer at the payments record. We can see the payments made, what the account was, and which invoices were associated. It records the payments that were sent, so this is payment success email that gets sent. In addition to being here, it can also be added into the activity timeline, so you can easily see it next to the account or contact for great visibility and insight. So, what I'm going to do here is click near the top of the screen on the payments list view. You can see that it's an easy way to see all the payments that have been made in the org. One last thing I want to quickly show you is the auto payment configurations. So this is an auto payment configuration record, and I can show you all of the auto payment configurations by clicking on this list view to display all. But what I want to highlight for you is the one that we just created, which is the monthly auto pay. So I'll go ahead and click on that right here. You can see the account, which is the National Grocer, and its details. In all of this data, we can see that this was actually created by the portal account user who was logged in at the time. Jill Tyler in this case. You can see that the payment day is what was set up and actually has what the next payment day will be. You can also see what the number of the days until the next payment is, the frequency, and end date if we had one set here. Then, a job will run in Salesforce every night to make these payments. To get which invoices need payments related to this payment configuration, make those, and have them recorded over in Stripe. Let's head back home to our dashboard view. We've looked at how internal users are able to use Salesforce to get a high-level view with dashboards into how payments are being managed and applied within their org. Before that, we got to see how easy it was to have a payment portal set up for your customers to be able to go in and make and manage payments. So this total solution together is easy to set up and highly extensible for your org to be able to add specific business roles and branding that is unique to your business. As you can see, it is a pretty robust and simple solution that handles complex situations. We are here to answer any questions you might have about our Stripe Payments Launchpad. Thank you!